actually completely normal and ethical to ghost her, you might be doing her a favor. In this video, I'm going to tell you why ghosting might be the preferred way to end the conversation. We're going to talk about the negatives, the positives, explore another option. And the reason why I know all of this is because my name is Koen. I'm the owner of Ovalo.com. We do an online dating management service. So what we do is we take over the dating profiles of entrepreneurs, professionals, YouTubers, and we manage their online dating profiles for them, schedule dates into their calendars. If you want to know our system or learn anything about texting, we also have a course for that. But let's talk about why you might actually want to ghost her and what the benefits are. First, let's talk about statistics. Ghosting is completely normal. 50 to 80% of all people on dating apps have experienced it, and probably more on the higher side, right? So people kind of get it. It's kind of a normal thing to do. Now, the benefits of ghosting are quite clear. Number one is quick and easy. It saves you so much time to not have to go back and forth and stay the whole conversation, etc., right? The second thing is that rejection already hurt. If you reject her because you don't find her physically attractive enough, which is very common because we guys find their appearance extremely important, it might be a lot better to ghost her instead of saying, hey, by the way, I think you're too ugly. Point C is that in general, you don't get a lot of confrontation when you go the route of ghosting, right? The chance of her hating your ass and wanting to burn everything that you own is a lot lower. So you might not get into like this whole back and forth and her calling you names, etc. So this might be a very beneficial thing that you don't have to deal with when you actually ghost her. And the last point is that she probably already knows, right? Most people get ghosted. It's quite of a normal thing. So most people know that when they're getting ghosted, they were just not good enough. When they're not replying, they know like, hey, it's probably something I did, something I said, or who I am as a person, right? But it's not all positives. There are also downsides to ghosting. Number one is feeling guilty. This is something that we see a lot with clients that say like, hey, I don't think ghosting is a really ethical thing to do, and I don't think it's a good thing to do. And in general, our goal of this video is to make you stop feeling guilty about the whole doing the ghosting part, because it has a lot of benefits and a lot of upsides, not only for the person that ghosts, but also for the person that gets ghosted. Now, point B about the negative downsides of ghosting is that there's no behavioral change. In general, sometimes it's very good for the other person to tell them why you ghosted them, or not necessarily why you ghosted them, but why you want to break up with them or not want to see them again, not date with them or not text them, right? So for them, it's negative if they show a certain behavior that can be potentially corrected in the short term if they aren't made aware of this. They aren't made aware of the fact like, hey, you do these kind of things and I don't think this is acceptable for me and a lot of other guys. She might not be able to change that. So that might also be a situation where you not want to ghost her, but want to confront her about it. So let's talk about when you should tell her and how. Number one is if it's fixable behavior, right? Let's say she arrives late. You date her for a while and let's say you had 3 dates with her. And on all 3 of those days, she showed up 30 minutes late. Now, the first time you get annoyed and the third time you're just pissed. It's completely normal to send her a text message if you brought it up beforehand, and after the second day you say like, hey, we'd appreciate it if you come on time, and the third day she shows up half an hour late again. It's fine to send her a message like, hey, I don't think it works out because you arrive late a lot and I just don't feel respected in that regard. So I think I'm just gonna find somebody who fits a little bit better of my the way I deal with those kind of things. Now, point B is when you have different goals, personality, or different interests in her, right? If you have nothing in common with her, it might be tough, and there might be a good reason to not ghost her, but just let her know, because it's not of a big deal, right? It's not to say like, hey, you're too ugly. So to say something like that, you can say, for example, like, hey Maria, thanks for coming on a date with me yesterday. I enjoyed our time together, but I think our personalities aren't really the best fit, but I hope you find an amazing fit very soon. Now, one thing that you want to take into consideration when rejecting her via text message is that you sound weaker on purpose. The reason why you want to do this is because if you sound very strong and very harsh, the chance of her attacking you back is a lot bigger. If you also kind of like make it sound like it's your fault, make it sound like something related to you, it gives her the ability to not feel too hurt. She will probably still make some changes here and there, but it will give her a little bit of a grace period where she doesn't have to feel horrible about the situation. Now, point C is if there's no chemistry, right? If you lack chemistry, you go on a date and you just don't feel the click there. You might be physically attracted to her, but there's just no click. It's completely normal. So in that scenario, it's also not that bad of an idea to actually send her a message along the line of like, hey Anna, I enjoyed our date, but I didn't really feel the chemistry, unfortunately. Hope you find somebody very amazing soon. Take care. She'll feel a lot better about this whole situation, and it's just sending one text message, right? There's nothing wrong with it. Now, a better solution that you can actually use, definitely when you're in the case of dating a person for a long time, is when you use slow fading. With slow fading is that you reduce everything positive about the whole interaction and you kind of prepare her for the breakup or prepare her for not having communication again. So point number one is you reduce the volume of communication. This means that instead of texting her 20 times every day, you go to 10 times every day, and after that 5 times to 3 times, right? So just the volume, it gets decreased. Second point is that you decrease the enthusiasm regarding your messaging. So the happy messages and all that kind of stuff, you just numb it down and you keep it more of a business style communication. Point C is that you have fewer dates. Just make up the excuse that you're busy, you don't have time, you're not feeling well, etc., etc. Therefore, she's getting more and more prepared towards that stage. And then D, an interesting one, is you can start to introduce to show negative behaviors. Well, obviously, if you like somebody and you want them to like you, you will only portray all the best things about you. But if you actually want to break up, it actually makes a lot of sense, or break off the contact, it makes a lot of sense to show a lot more of the negative behaviors that you can show. Actually, I have a funny story about this. When I was in high school, I had a friend, and one of the things he told me that I still remember to this day is that every time that he wanted to break up with a girl, what he did is he actually start to show more negative behavior to the point where he would get dumped, and then it would be like he would get dumped and he would be sad, and then he would like cry with other girls. Well, he would not necessarily cry, but he would like talk to other girls and be like, oh, I just got dumped, bloody bloody, and then the girls like, oh, that's so sad. And then because he had skills in communication, he was able to just get the other girl as his new girlfriend, right? So this can be a very tricky way of doing things that might not be it's not the fastest, but it might be getting good results. Plus, like, if you're a girl and you dump the guy, you're not gonna feel sorry for not having communication again, right? So that's the benefit of slow fading. Anyway, for this video, I have a giveaway. If you made it all the way to the end, we're gonna do 3 profile artists. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like, and leave a comment. And in one month, we'll pick a winner. We'll actually pick 3 winners. We'll get a free profile audit. So I'll make a quick video about the things that you should do to improve your online dating profiles in order for you to get a lot better results. Hope you liked the video. Hope you like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.